2024 Toyota-Corolla-Cross versus 2024 Chevrolet-Trax are subcompact SUVs comparison. Both the 2024 Toyota-Corolla-Cross and the 2024 Chevrolet-Trax are subcompact SUVs that offer good value for their price. However, they each have their own strengths and weaknesses that may make one a better fit for you than the other. 2024 Toyota Corolla-Cross. Pros: available hybrid powertrain with excellent fuel economy, up to 33 miles per gallon combined. Spacious and comfortable interior. User-friendly infotainment system. Toyota's reputation for reliability and resale value. Cons: not as sporty to drive as the Trax. Starting price is a bit higher than the Trax. No all-wheel drive option on the hybrid model. 2024 Chevrolet-Trax. Pros: more affordable starting price. Available all-wheel drive. More cargo space behind the rear seats. Peppy turbocharged engine option. Cons: fuel economy is not as good as the Corolla-Cross, up to 26 miles per gallon combined. Interior is not as spacious or comfortable as the Corolla-Cross. Infotainment system can be a bit clunky. Chevrolet's reliability and resale value are not as good as Toyota's. Which one is right for you? If you are looking for an SUV with excellent fuel economy and a spacious interior, the Toyota Corolla-Cross is a good choice. However, if you are on a budget and want an SUV with all-wheel drive, the Chevrolet-Trax is a better option. Ultimately, the best SUV for you depends on your individual needs and priorities. Here are some additional factors to consider. How important is fuel economy to you? Do you need all-wheel drive? How much cargo space do you need? Do you prefer a comfortable ride or a sporty ride? What is your budget? Once you have considered these factors, you can test drive both SUVs to see which one you like best. 2024 Toyota Corolla-Cross, starting at $25,210, and 2024 Chevy Trax transforms into a budget crossover with real value. With a starting price under $22,000, the Trax costs less than its predecessor yet offers significantly more space, style, and features than before. Like the leisure suit and the taco salad, the 2024 Toyota Corolla-Cross is an amalgam of old and new intended to widen its commercial appeal. The Corolla name invokes a reputation of affordable trustworthiness, while the Cross infers added utility, a touch of contemporary awareness, and a shred of off-road ability. Successful on the first count, it also brings the Corolla's tepid handling and "it must be on because I can hear it" performance. Credit the latter to the standard, wimpy 169 horsepower 2.0-liter four-cylinder and continuously variable transmission (CVT). The Corolla-Cross Hybrid, reviewed separately, adds 3 electric motors to boost the combined output to a much zippier 196 ponies. As to the Cross part of the name, the Corolla-Cross gets a 3-inch ground clearance increase compared to the standard Corolla hatchback sedan with which it shares much of its mechanicals, but the Cross won't be stealing 4Runner sales anytime soon. The Corolla-Crosses. Styling is RAV4-like with a touch of Highlander SUV for good measure. The sportier trims add a little visual zest to its curb appeal. Positioned below the larger RAV4 in Toyota's lineup and serving as the de facto replacement of the unloved CHR, the Corolla-Cross competes with the likes of the Honda HR-V, Hyundai Kona, Jeep Compass, and Volkswagen Taos. Like most Toyotas, the Corolla-Cross features a bevy of standard driver assistance and safety features, but in this case offers absolutely zero that will raise your pulse rate. The 2024 Chevy Trax is one of the few new cars in recent memory that is significantly cheaper than the model it replaces. Starting at $21,495, the new Trax costs $1,400 less than the outgoing 2022 model and now serves as Chevy's entry-level vehicle. In fact, it's the cheapest vehicle General Motors sells in the US. Even fully loaded, the new Trax comes in under $27,000. We hate to say it, but that's cheap by today's new car standards. This reimagining of the Trax from a middling subcompact crossover into a value-focused price leader is similar to what Nissan did a few years ago when it replaced the Juke with the Kicks. This category of cheapo utes, which also includes the Kia Soul and Hyundai Venue, prioritizes interior space and feature content over typical SUV traits such as optional all-wheel drive and rugged styling. If you want those things, Chevy will happily sell you a Trailblazer. They all start in the low $20,000 range and come standard with front-wheel drive and Apple CarPlay. This is the new face of basic transportation. What's new for 2024? For 2024, the Corolla-Cross LE and XLE trims get updated Qi wireless charging. Otherwise, this vehicle carries over with minimal changes. Better inside and out. Measured by that yardstick, the new Trax looks like a success. Significantly longer, lower, and wider than the old, awkwardly tall Trax, the nicely proportioned new model has an almost wagonoid look about it. The base LS model looks pedestrian with its hubcaps and lack of bright trim, but the LT, RS, and active trim levels are relatively stylish thanks to nice wheels, interestingly shaped headlights and taillights, and distinctive grille trim up front. Several bright paint colors are available too. Corolla-Cross buyers have a choice of traditional gasoline or hybrid powertrain, but this review pertains solely to the former. This version uses a 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine rated for 169 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque and a continuously variable automatic transmission, CVT. Front-wheel drive is standard, but all-wheel drive is available as an option. Moments into our first test drive, we noted that acceleration was lazy and the engine buzzy, particularly at high revs. Initial thoughts proved accurate when our all-wheel drive test vehicle delivered a not-at-all blistering 9.2 second 60 miles per hour time at the test track. As a consolation, the 2024 Honda HR-V, its chief rival, is 0.2 of a second slower. The Corolla-Cross's ride is affable, though, so buyers seeking comfort will be satisfied. As a side note, the 2024 Corolla-Cross Hybrid hits 60 miles per hour in 7.3 seconds, and you can find that review here. The Trax's stretched-out shape also pays dividends inside, as rear legroom and cargo space are significantly increased thanks to the drastically longer wheelbase and wider track. Chevrolet also managed to package a flat floor in the rear, making the middle seat habitable for shorter trips. This could be a popular choice for Uber drivers. Analog gauges and an 8.0-inch touchscreen are standard, but the optional digital gauge cluster and 11.0-inch central screen give the Trax a good amount of display real estate for a vehicle in this class. Fuel economy and real-world MPG. The 2024 Corolla-Cross wears EPA fuel economy estimates of 31 miles per gallon city and 33 miles per gallon highway. Opting for the all-wheel drive version drops those figures slightly to 29 and 32 respectively. The Corolla-Cross all-wheel drive returned 30 miles per gallon in our 75 miles per hour highway fuel economy test, missing its EPA estimate by 2 miles per gallon. We're not too down on the Trax's cheap-feeling interior materials given the low price point. The plastics are hard and scratchy, but the crucial areas, the dash top, the door panels, and the upholstery, at least have some interesting textures to keep them from looking too bargain basement. The driving position is low and car-like, a welcome change from the chair-like seating arrangements in many of the Trax's taller competitors, including Chevy's own Trailblazer. If you like the Corolla, you'll like the Corolla-Cross. A near replica of the four-door Corolla's interior, the materials, layout, and tech and convenience features employed in the Corolla-Cross don't stray far from the sedans. Though the Corolla-Cross offers slightly more rear seat room than the Corolla hatchback, it's about the same as the sedan. It ups the cargo room by over 12 cubic feet. Lower trims are far more basic, but the XLE model comes with nice-looking full leather upholstery, heated front seats, a leather-wrapped shift knob, and a flip-down center armrest for rear seat passengers. The 2024 Trax drives like an economy car, too, which isn't a bad thing. The ride and handling balance is tuned appropriately, softly sprung enough to be comfortable on rougher roads while still offering enough damping to keep body roll in check when pushed. The steering's lack of on-center feel is a letdown, though, and we would have preferred a quicker ratio for a small, relatively lightweight vehicle, 3,000-ish pounds, according to Chevy. If you think the RS trim offers any sort of dynamic upgrade, think again, as it's mechanically identical to the others save for 18-inch, 1RS, or 19-inch wheels, 2RS. The only powertrain is a turbocharged 1.2-liter inline-3 with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Its 137 horsepower is meager, but the 162 pound-feet of torque comes on low in the rev range, and the Trax has enough power to get out of its own way. The 3-cylinder has a distinctive warble, and turbo lag is minimal. The only real issue is the sluggish transmission, which doesn't downshift as promptly as we'd like. That said, we'd still take it over a CVT any day. Fuel economy is rated at 30 miles per gallon combined, which is not as good as compact cars like the Honda Civic but about on par for a crossover this size. It feels like we're getting less and less for our hard-earned cash lately, which makes a legitimately inexpensive new car an increasingly appealing proposition. The Trax isn't particularly engaging or refined, but its attractive pricing lowers expectations to the point where we can appreciate what it does offer: a generously sized interior, impressive feature content, and good looks. Chevy expects the Trax to become its third best-selling model behind the Silverado and Equinox, and we don't see any reason to doubt that. With better-equipped trims coming in under $25,000, it's clear that the Trax's low price is its top selling point, and nearly everyone can agree that value has universal appeal.